we got Andrea Lee with against Maycee Barber. And this is a fight that really benefits Maycee Barber. You know, the UFC was really trying to push her super hard, nicknamed the future. She believed it. I know there was a point in time when Dana White really believed it as well.
You know who else was nicknamed the future?
Who?
Sam Patterson.
Oh, no shit.
And Ian Gary. And
Oh,
I'm
well,
sure
yeah.
those are just the ones that are coming to my mind right now.
Right. Yeah, I did know Ian Gary now that you mention it. But I do like a lot about Maycee Barber. I mean, I'm still mad at her, and it's not her fault. But there was a split decision against Miranda Maverick like a year and a half ago, and yeah, that was complete and total robbery. Miranda Maverick won that fight. But there's a lot I like about Maycee Barber. Young, good wrestling ability. You know, I guess on paper, beating a great wrestler like Miranda Maverick, and then Montana De La Rosa, great wrestlers beating them by decision. She trains on her Tapology page. It says Fort Collins Martial Arts Academy, but she trains out of where does Uriah Faber coach again? Team Alpha Male.
Team Alpha Male.
Yeah, so she trains out of Team Alpha Male.
Alpha Female.
Yeah, she Team Alpha Woman. She's just a good all around fighter, and I think that this is a nice fight for her because Andrea Lee really doesn't bring much to the table. Both women do have losses to Roxanne Modafferi, but yeah, I think you know, where Andrea Lee has like some pretty decent hands, Maycee Barber, she owns the wrestling and she does have decent hands herself. You know, I think it's going to be a decision win for Maycee Barber, just pure wrestle fucking. So, what do you got, Tom?
Yeah, I have to agree with a lot of what you said. Maycee Barber, she's younger. She's just a little bit better in basically every area. She's better on the ground. She's better on the feet. She's better in the scramble. She's better against the cage. Andrea Lee may be slightly faster, but I think Maycee Barber has the more aggressive output. And at 24 years old, we're going to see Maycee Barber, who already has some pretty decent UFC and MMA experience. We're just going to see her improve at a more active clip here than Andrea KGB, who's coming in at 34 years old in the 125-pound division. It's going to be a little bit longer. So the ability to potentially pop that jab out there and manage distance is going to initially side with her. But I think Maycee Barber, in kind of a Merab Dvalishvili type way, who's just going to go after those takedowns and recklessly pursue that, I think is ultimately where it's going to end up being better for her. I think, you know, she has competent stand-up. Maybe Andrea Lee, and I know I said that Maycee Barber maybe was better in every area. If there was any one area that I would give Andrea Lee an advantage ever so slightly, it would be in the stand-up. But I think because of the relentless pressure and the fear of the takedown coming back from Maycee Barber and what she can do in terms of ground and pound and top pressure once she does get there is what's going to keep Andrea Lee kind of off balance and out of a rhythm. And I think Maycee Barber is just going to have that relentless pursuit of the takedown. And ultimately that's what's going to get her there. I think, you know, like I said, Andrea Lee, I like her, but she's just 1 degree worse than Maycee Barber at this point, a little bit older. She's decent in both areas, but not great in any particular area. And if Maycee Barber does get Andrea Lee to the ground, I think you're going to see Maycee Barber being on top, landing a lot of vicious ground and pound. I don't know that it will be finished. I have this one as a high decision probability, but I think Maycee Barber is going to be able to get her to the ground, get that decision time, be far and away above on the strikes count, just because she's on top and she's going to be throwing punches up there. Whether it's landing or doing too much or really banging up Andrea Lee too much, that remains to be seen. But I think Maycee Barber has the tools to get this one done. And that's why she's a minus 210 favorite. So Maycee Barber, take her money line. I would maybe even take her by decision. I'm not sure how much better that line would look. I could try and look it up and let the folks know.
Yeah, I think by decision is the most likely outcome, but Vegas knows that too. So I think you probably only see it go from like minus 210 to like minus 190 or something like that. But if Maycee Barber can't pull off a win here against Andrea Lee, then she certainly is not the future. She does not live up to her nickname. Which would be unfortunate because, you know, again, she is young. She was highly touted for quite a bit there. And, you know, things haven't, I mean, her last 3 fights are really going her way, but midway through her UFC career, losing to Roxanne Modafferi, that's not a great look. So next up,